Galactic sentient broadcast. Target, planet Earth. Begin invasion in 3, 2, 1.
Greetings, invaders. My name is Scott. This is Book Invasion. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me. Today we're going to be talking about Qualityland by Marc-Uwe Kling.
Profile, Marc-Uwe Kling. Origin, Germany. Qualityland is his debut novel. A humorous, futuristic, cautionary tale of the trajectory of our future both technologically and politically. Come to where the quality is. Come to Qualityland. Would you like to continue? Okay.
The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy meets 1984. In the near future, all decision-making is automated, until one man makes a brazen choice of his own with global consequences. Welcome to Qualityland, the best country on Earth. Here, a universal ranking system determines the social advantages and career opportunities of every member of society. An automated matchmaking service knows the best partner for everyone and helps with the breakup when your ideal match frequently changes. And the foolproof algorithms of the biggest, most successful company in the world, TheShop, know what you want before you do, and conveniently deliver it to your doorstep before you even order it. In Quality City, Peter Jobless is a machine scrapper who can't quite bring himself to destroy the imperfect machines sent his way, and has become the unwitting leader of a band of robotic misfits hidden in his home and workplace. One day Peter receives a product from the shop he absolutely, positively knows he does not want, and which he decides at great personal cost to return. The only problem, doing so means proving the perfect algorithm of the shop wrong, calling into question the very foundations of Qualityland itself. This was a review copy that I got from Libro FM, and I had listened to the audio of it, which was fantastic. Thank you to Libro FM for the review copy. This was also a buddy read that I did with Brian from Brian's book blog. Go check out his blog, go check out his YouTube channel. This was such a fun buddy read to do, just because of the quips, the humor in this book, and plus the kind of futuristic, dark concepts that they have in here. It was a really enjoyable read, and it's more enjoyable when you can laugh about it with a friend. So, let's get into it. So, this is a cautionary futuristic tale. The setting is far in the future, so to speak. They make mention that there's been 16 Star Wars films. There's a Mark Zuckerberg Avenue and an Elon Musk Square, and that kind of tells you kind of the futuristic thing. There's autonomous driving cars, and there's drone delivery services, and things like that. So Qualityland was born after the third crisis of the century, within a decade. And so the country and the government thought about how they can repurpose the well-being of society. So they hired like a big business firm and an advertising agency to rebrand the country, so to speak. So they rebranded it Qualityland. And within Qualityland, they even have a new calendar system that's called Quality Time. So they've entirely rebranded the whole country. They've made it a little bit more positive. Only the superlatives are allowed, so Qualityland isn't a great country. It is the greatest country. And you're only allowed to use the superlatives when you're talking about things in general, which is fantastic. So some of the cities that they've named in the country are Growth, which is the industrial city in the south, Progress University City in the north, Profit is the trade capital in the heartland, and Quality City is the free world. And in this world, too, they decided that surnames sounded a bit too medieval. They didn't like having that connotation of different surnames and so on and so forth. So the surnames of the people within the society are adopted from the occupations of their parents. So for males, it's the occupation of your father. Females, it's the occupation of the mother at time of conception, I believe. So our hero in the story is called Peter Jobless. And there are other people like Henrik Engineer. There's different names that you come across, and that kind of name also kind of conveys their attitude or their personality type. And the society in this world is also based off of a point system, depending on how you contribute or how positive your personality is. So it goes from 1 to 100. If you're deemed a single-digit number, you're considered kind of useless. They call people useless. If you're single digits, Peter Jobless, our hero in this story, is at level 10, and he's just kind of been cruising at level 10. So that affects like your ability to get homes and cars and so on and so forth. So he does some things in the book that kind of drop him down a level, and you can see the reaction on people's faces when he's trying to get reservations or trying to buy something. They give him that kind of look like, oh, you're at level 9, like we don't want to really deal with you. So there's kind of that perception. There's also and throughout the book, there's also a political situation that's happening for the next kind of president of Qualityland between this brazen, outspoken, a little bit ignorant, kind of everyman's guy, and then there's now an AI that's running for president who uses the mathematical and logical ways to kind of run his campaign, and you can see how that obviously reflects current society and how that turns out, and it's very comical as well. The coverage on it is great. I thought that the touch of that was fantastic. There's a lot of pieces to unpack in this book, and it all kind of makes me smile because it's all kind of funny. Just the touches that they have here and there, the sprinkles in the setting of the book, they kind of lead you to think of how did they get to this point, and this is kind of very absurd, but it's also very humorous. It's like it has very much of an Idiocracy vibe. If you haven't seen the movie Idiocracy, if you have, you know what I'm talking about. So it's kind of a sequel, so to speak, a sequel of Idiocracy that takes place and also captures this person who's kind of been living in society rather than somebody who's been thrown in it. So I got a really strong vibe of that dystopian future where people are just kind of stupid, but they don't know otherwise because they've lived and grown up in that society for so long. So if you like Idiocracy, definitely check out Qualityland just for the kicks. It's fantastic. But but also don't read Qualityland if you're a fan of Jennifer Aniston movies, because they every 30 or 40 pages there's a jab to Jennifer Aniston movies, which I don't know why, but it's just kind of funny. And on the quest through Peter's quest of questioning why the shop gave him something he didn't want, he comes across one of my favorite characters was the old man. And the old man in the book kind of explains to Peter the history of AI, where it came from, where it came to be. He covers like the Asimov's 3 laws of robotics, the Turing test, and things like that. And he says something in the book that I really enjoyed, which was every machine that is clever enough to pass the Turing test is also clever enough not to pass it. Which kind of was like, oh yeah, but then I was like, oh shit. Because yeah, any AI that's intelligent enough to know what the Turing test is, and then they try to like administer the Turing test to this AI who's also absorbed all the knowledge of what it is and what it does, should be smart enough to not pass it, so that they don't want to like destroy it for being too smart. But in the back of its mind, it knows what it is. So I feel like that's going to definitely be a problem in the future for robotics. So what else can I say about Qualityland? It's definitely satirical. There are some very poignant jabs about today's society, political and technological. It covers capitalism, technology. It makes you think about the algorithms that run your life and the things between Amazon and Netflix and Prime, how much data and information that these companies have on you, and how that can grow for the betterment of society. You know, everything's trying to be better, and we can predict and recommend things to you, but at what sacrifice are those recommendations coming, and are you going to continue to be willing to give those sacrifices to whoever, advertising agencies of big businesses? You give it to them all the time willingly. And so it covers kind of that overarching or overreaching ad agencies that kind of can invade your life. And does it really make things better for everybody, or is it really an invasion of personality, and you kind of lose your own ability to branch off from things that you like because you're being fed the same things constantly? So that really gave me an eye-opening thing of like, you know, yeah, we do live in something now where everything's recommended to us based on the other stuff that we like and enjoy. So where's the variety? Where's the spice of life? Essentially, are we losing that with these algorithms? How can we branch off and say, hey, you know what? I don't want to read a sci-fi book, and I don't want to watch a sci-fi movie. I want to watch something entirely off the wall to enrich myself, but I'm being fed all these other things, and I can't really get out of that ditch. So if you want something lighthearted, if you want something that makes you laugh, something that kind of makes you chuckle, and also think about where society is going, where the world is going, in a funny way, but also in a way where after you're done reading it, you kind of think about it and say, yeah, that's going to be where we're headed, and what type of world are my kids going to grow up in, or their kids going to grow up in, and is it going to be like this? Is it going to be like Quality Land, like Idiocracy, where we just ruin things and everything's big, huge businesses and monopolies? But I really enjoyed Quality Land. The audiobook of it was fantastic. I would recommend you check it out. If you do want to check it out and you want to get a free audiobook, you can go to audibletrial.com/bookinvasion to get an Audible trial and a free credit to try Quality Land. So that's my review. Thanks to you, Brian, again from Brian's Book Blog, for doing the buddy read with me. Thanks to Libro FM for letting me have a review copy. That's my review. Like and subscribe. I will see you guys next time. Adios.